Hey, welcome back. You ever get that feeling, that strange, almost electric tension in the air where a simple conversation feels charged, where the tone is polite, but the energy is something else entirely, where her smile lingers just a second too long, her eye contact holds deeper than usual, and her presence around you feels intentional. It's subtle, it's silent, and it's powerful. You tell yourself, no, she's married, she's off limits. You try to shut down the thought. You try to bury it in logic, but the moment keeps repeating in your mind that way. She leaned in to talk to you, even though there was plenty of space that look. She Why This Topic Matters gave you across the room, like you were the only man who existed. That soft, almost playful tone in her voice when she said your name, and it keeps gnawing at you. Not because you want to chase it, but because you want to understand it. Because deep down, a part of you knows attraction doesn't care about boundaries. Attraction is primal, it's psychological, it operates under the radar, often disguised as coincidence, as politeness, as friendliness. But it's not. Let me say this clearly, just because a woman is married doesn't mean she stops feeling attraction. It doesn't mean she can't crave attention, emotional connection, or even masculine presence, especially if her marriage is cold, if her husband has stopped listening, stopped leading. Sign number 1, emotional availability stopped making her feel seen, and then you show up calm, collected, grounded. Present, you're not trying to impress her, and that's exactly why she notices you. You're not chasing her, and that's what pulls her in. You're focused, composed, and self-assured, and it unsettles her in the best way possible. Now here's the kicker. She'll never come out and say she's attracted to you. Number, destroy the image, the stability, the role she's supposed to play. Instead, she'll greet you a certain way. She'll test the waters with innocent touches. She'll casually drop personal details to build emotional closeness. She'll talk about her husband, but only to subtly show you what's missing. And that's where most men get confused. Or worse, get caught because they don't recognize the difference between friendliness and flirtation, between courtesy and craving. But you're not most men. You're here because you want to be aware, you want clarity, you want control on this channel. Every time, Stoic, we dive deep into the kind of masculine awareness that most men were never taught. This isn't about playing games. It's about decoding the human experience. It's about being so emotionally intelligent, so mentally sharp, so rooted in self-discipline that you can feel the truth in a room without anyone speaking it in this video. I'm going to break down 4 specific things a married woman will do when she's secretly attracted to you. These aren't random behaviors. Sign number 2, seeking you out. They're proven patterns grounded in psychology, behavioral science, and subtle social dynamics. But before we dive in, I need you to understand something vital. This knowledge is not to be abused. This is not about manipulation. This is about awareness, strength, control, because real masculine power is not in chasing what's easy, it's in resisting what's tempting, it's in knowing your impact and choosing your path with precision. So if you've ever found yourself in a situation where a married woman's actions confuse you, if you've ever sensed something more beneath her smile, but couldn't put your finger on it if you want to know when it's real, and when it's your mind playing tricks on you, then this is your moment, because the truth isn't loud. It's quiet, it's subtle, but once you learn how to read between the lines, you'll never be misled again. Let's begin sign Deborah 1. She initiates conversation when she doesn't need to in a world where people are constantly multitasking, brushing past one another in robotic small talk. A married woman initiating conversation out of the blue means more than you think she doesn't need to speak to you. There's no obligation, no reason to, and yet she finds a reason. She says hi before you do. She casually brings up a topic. Did you see that thing on the news? Or you mentioned you liked hiking. Have you ever been to this trail? These may seem like small, random comments, but behind them is intentionality. A married woman who, sign number 3, subtle, body language, initiates conversation is breaking the unspoken rule of emotional distance. She's doing something she doesn't have to, not to be polite, but to connect. Now pay close attention to this. It's not just the fact that she talks to you, it's how she does it. She creates a sense of privacy even in public. Her tone shifts, her eyes become softer. Her voice lowers slightly. She leans in literally or emotionally to create a micro bubble between you and her. It's subtle but incredibly telling. The truth is, when a married woman initiates conversation regularly, she's not just seeking information. She's seeking emotion. She's curious about you. Yes, but she's also craving something. Deeper connection, validation, presence, things she may not be getting at home. And remember, women are masters of plausible deniability. She'll keep the conversation wrapped in a layer of normal. But if you look beneath the surface, you'll see the emotional pulse. The desire to be seen, heard, and felt sign she remembers small details about you. Let's get something straight. Women don't remember details by accident. If she recalls something you said weeks ago, a favourite book, a specific dream, you mentioned a quirky habit, that's not coincidence, that's emotional prioritization. You see when someone matters to us, and even subconsciously, our brain assigns emotional weight to the information they give us. We retain what we value. So when a married woman remembers these fragments of who you are, it's a clue that you've made it into her internal world. But it goes even deeper. She doesn't just remember your words, she remembers your mood when you said them. Sign number 4. Testing boundaries. Your expressions she notices when you're off. She comments when you're unusually quiet. She mirrors your energy. These are signs of deep emotional tuning, the kind that comes from interest, not indifference. And here's the psychological key. Remembering details allows her to build emotional bridges when she brings them up later. Did you ever finish that novel you told me about? Or you mentioned your mum wasn't feeling well? How is she now? She's not just being kind. She's maintaining a thread of emotional continuity. She's saying, you matter enough for me to carry a piece of you with me. Men who don't understand this dynamic often brush it off. They think she's just being friendly, but the stoic, emotionally intelligent man knows when a married woman starts investing her memory in you. She's already started to invest her emotion, sign number 3. She opens up emotionally about herself, her life, her marriage. There's a line most married women won't cross, and that line is vulnerability when a woman is committed, especially in a traditional relationship. She'll usually guard her personal life from other men, but when she starts peeling back the layers and letting you in, it's no longer casual. She tells you about her past, her dreams, her frustrations. She hints subtly at what's missing in her marriage. She says things like, he's always working, late, or sometimes I just feel invisible at home. These aren't complaints, they're coded confessions. She wants you to see her, not as someone's wife, not as a mother or a professional, but as a woman who feels, a woman who wants to be understood. She's emotionally naked without ever removing a single piece of clothing. And this right here is the most dangerous sign of all, because once emotional intimacy is stoic, insight and final thoughts, established attraction, almost always follows emotional vulnerability, is how women bond. And if she's choosing to emotionally bond with you, she's likely drawing lines in her mind that she hasn't spoken out loud yet. She may talk about feeling misunderstood, unappreciated, lonely when that happens. Your role isn't to fix, it's to understand the stoic. Man doesn't chase these moments, he observes them, he sees them for what they are, emotional doorways she's choosing to open. You didn't knock. She opened them, and now you're inside. Sign a sub 4, her body language betrays her. Even when her words don't. Words lie, body language doesn't. A woman may act reserved. She may insist she's happily married. She may laugh things off and deflect compliments, but her body will always betray her truth when she's around. Does she touch her hair, often expose her neck or wrists while talking? Mirror, your movements unconsciously point her feet towards you. Even when she's speaking to someone else? Laugh more easily, even at things that aren't? That funny. These micro-signals are signs of nonverbal attraction, instinctual cues the body gives off when someone is drawn to you. They're hardwired, ancient pre-verbal. She can't help it. One of the strongest cues, proximity. If she constantly finds a reason to be near you, to sit beside you, to pass by you closely, to linger in your presence, she's telling you something. Her mouth never will. She's seeking your energy. She wants to feel you. Even if nothing physical happens, that craving for closeness is instinctual. And then there's the pause, that tiny delay after she says goodbye, that moment when she hesitates to leave. It's subtle, but it's there. That's the pull. That's the internal struggle between her role as a wife and her attraction to you. The Stoic man doesn't need to act on it. He doesn't need to flirt back. He doesn't need to play games. He simply notices and lets that awareness guide his choices with clarity, calm, and control. So now, the signs aren't always loud. They don't come with flashing lights or bold confessions. Often they're soft, subtle, layered in meaning. A married woman may never admit she's attracted to you, but her behavior will. Her eyes will linger too long. Her words will carry too much weight, her presence around. You won't be coincidence, it will be intention in disguise. But here's the every time Stoic. Just because she may be attracted to you doesn't mean you have to act on it. The high-value man? The Stoic man understands power isn't in reacting to temptation. It's in observing without being controlled. He doesn't seek validation from forbidden attention. He doesn't need to cross boundaries to feel desired. He knows who he is, and that alone makes him magnetic. So what should you do next? If this video opened your eyes, if you saw signs you've overlooked, or if something deep inside you finally clicked, here's what I want you to do. First, smash that like button so this message reaches more men who need to hear it, because let's be real. Most guys today are lost in a fog of mixed signals, overthinking and confusion. This channel is here to cut through all of that, to bring clarity where others only bring chaos. Second, subscribe to Every Time, Stoic, and turn on that notification bell. Every week, we're diving deeper into attraction, confidence, masculine, energy, psychology, and emotional mastery. If you're done with surface-level nonsense and you're ready for powerful, real-world insight that actually transforms how you move, you're in the right place. Third, drop a comment below. Which of these signs have you experienced before? Have you ever sensed that quiet pull from someone who wasn't supposed to be interested, or maybe you're not sure, and you want clarity? Let's talk. Your story matters here, but most importantly, remember this. Attraction is energy. It's not about age, not about looks, not about wealth. It's about how a woman feels when she's around you. If you radiate grounded, calm, quiet power, and unapologetic presence, she'll feel it. She'll be drawn to you. Even if she doesn't understand why, that's what makes a Stoic man unstoppable. So walk like you own your space. Speak with intention. Look people in the eye and never forget. The most attractive thing a man can be is completely in control of himself. This is Every Time Stoic, where ancient wisdom meets modern attraction, where men are forged, not coddled, and where we don't just teach you how to get women. We teach you how to master yourself. Until next time. Stay sharp, stay centered, and remember, when you move like a man with purpose, the world moves with you. Subscribe, stay stoic. Share your story below. We'll see you in the